across the line right around that 2-minute mark. That is Kevin and Brittany Williams. They are YouTubers. They have a YouTube channel called LIte Brite Nation. I've wheeled with both of these people before on some of our trips. They bought this bomber car with the idea that what they wanted to do was document their travel to the Hammers, which they've done. They basically documented buying the car, documented prepping the car. Really good example of how much work it takes to get a car ready for a race like this. So if you're interested in getting into 4400 racing, you should definitely tune into their YouTube channel. It's LIte Brite Nation, and you can watch them, this husband and wife team, come in. Brittany herself is a very seasoned drift car racer.
Okay.
They've always been a racing couple forever. They actually, all about that off-road lifestyle. They literally live in their Jeep. They do not own a house. They've been traveling around the country, borrowing garages and shops to get this bomber car ready. They've been able to make it out here on the lake bed. They had a little bit of hiccup when they were pre-running. Broke a couple parts, but they got the car back together. But you can see Kevin has made quick work of that rock section, and they're about to drop back in and head back into town. I talked to them earlier this week. They said their only goal was just to get a top 50 starting position. So I think they'll be happy with where they're going to end up today.
I think look at their time right now. They're at 1:29 right now. They're doing really good.
He's doing incredibly well. You have to remember this. He has never raced anything like this before. This is their first time doing any type of serious off-road racing. And as I said before, they picked up this bomber car and brought it out here to see what they could do in the dirt. And they are now about to click off a sub 2-minute qualifying pass, which is amazing for someone who's literally their first time in that car. 1:53. That is a very good job for Kevin. Congratulations to both of them. Their very first time out here in that race car.
This is Joe Hutchins. Car number 530 just took off the line. And that was a great qualifying time for them. For him not ever racing this. What a race to come out as your first major race. King of the Hammers.
Well, they qualified in Moab because they didn't want to have to run the risk of not getting into the big show. So they did go out and race in Moab, but this is the first time, really racing.
Right, exactly. I wonder if these husband-wife teams ever have discussions like I would with my husband. It's like a coin toss. Who's going to drive this race, or who's going to start, and who's going to finish? Like we would literally legit sometimes argue about it because I would always be the one that would bring the car in. And wasn't always the same for him, but a lot of fun.
This is Joe Hutchins out there in car 530. He's headed up that rock section. You can see he lost a little bit of momentum, so that cost him a little bit. But still doing very well coming out the top of that climb.
And up there at the top of that, where a couple cars have had some issues, you can see the course workers off to the side that are there to help these drivers so they don't have to get out during this qualifying so we can keep this rolling.
Yep, absolutely.
All the volunteers and all the workers, all the staff of Ultra 4, they've been amazing out here. And it's just like a big family.
Yeah.
One big happy family.
Well, you've been out here for a long time. You've got to meet them all and hang out with them all, so you've seen exactly what all this takes and all the, we always say if you want the best seat in the house, come out and volunteer for the Ultra 4 race. You'll get to work a checkpoint or go and help lay the course. It's a great time. It's a great way to get introduced into Ultra 4 racing for sure.
For sure. And a lot of these people, there are a lot of them that have been volunteering for years. I've been working at Ford, this is my 5th year working. I came and spectated in 2011, and I was hooked the first time I came out here. I said, oh, this is going to be my new sport. I still haven't got to race it, but I really, really want to. He just came through with a 208.266.
This is Tim Hooper, 1505 with the Trent Fab car. right, Tim Hooper out there in that Trend Fab car. He's making quick work of the short course, heading off into a little bit of a desert section.
You gotta have the fast sections too, and besides just the rocks in a qualifying course for the race that you're going through all of the terrains. Makes it all fair, right?
Yeah, it is tough. You know, you want to build these cars, you set them up to basically run the desert, run the rocks. It's just one of those things that it's that balance, right? You get your car set up, and then you want it really, really loose for the rock trails, but you still want to be able to control that compression on that suspension when you're in the desert.
Well, he had no issues going up that.
Yeah, did very, very good job.
What are you calling that? Is that what's that big rock you called it?
I called it the 4 parts Rocket Doom.
There you go.
Yeah, and it looks like it moved over to the one side, and so it looks like he's in good shape.
That seems to be the stopper when they do get up there and they start sliding a little bit. They're sliding into that, and it's stopping them from going down so much. Or so far, I should say.
Yeah, it's just sort of when they get off line and they back up and they get hung up, it does look like just for a brief second, it can grab that right rear and it just kind of shuts them down. But aside from that, picking up the pace after that, they can get to the top. You're not having as much trouble with that rock that our 4-wheel parts Everyman Challenge cars did yesterday. A lot of people were stuck on that rock for a good 30, 40 seconds before. So I'm gonna bet that somebody watched our live stream yesterday, and then before the 4400 started today, they drove up there and kicked that rock down the hill. Or off to the side, I should say.
I would want to do that.
Up next, Eric Miramon took a brief break from Ultra 4, but now he's back. He's had a couple years off. It's good to see him back in a race car out here at King of the Hammers, and he was flying off that Yukon launch.
It still amazes me, the suspension on these vehicles. How, just watching them work and how smooth that it makes it through these corners and on the rocks.
Yeah, a lot of technology's come along in the Ultra 4 world. You know, we're stuck in solid axle cars for so long, and now we've seen IFS cars really push the